Hello everyone, and welcome back to the River City Open here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It is National Disc Golf Day, and we have got round 2 coverage, back 9 action here at Earl Brewer Park. A couple of hosers commentary. Jeremy Koling joined by the Canadian, the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Skilbert. And this is your last day as a 20-year-old.
Yes,
my friend.
It is. I turned 21 on the day of the third round, August 2nd.
Yeah. Well, we'll celebrate that by going straight into hole 10. Par 3, 283 feet, blind shot up and over this mound to the downslope green, a very fast green on the backside. Really just got to pick a point in the background and line it up with the pin and try to throw something that can come in slightly flat on the screen. Anything with hyzer is going to roll just a little bit more than maybe you'd like. And super wide release from Andrew, going with that Firebird, trying to spike in hyzer.
Oh, wow.
Spike and see hyzer, he does.
Yeah.
As it just lands and sits. That's impressive.
Yeah, that was a great shot there. Looked like a errant shot off the tee, but great result. Chris, this looks more like the traditional forehand line. Coming up a little bit short, actually.
Yeah.
Going to be just inside circle.
Mm-hmm. And that is a potentially scary putt.
Mm-hmm. Going with that backhand hyzer, probably with a overstable mid.
And this is coming with hyzer. This is going to most likely skip, and there's a little bit of the rollout as well. Pretty common to see that.
Yeah, with that hyzer, you definitely want to check up on the front. Ooh.
And the AVR X3 just turned over a little bit more than I'd like.
Yeah.
But fought through a little bit. An obstructed putt from about 50, 45.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice putt there.
That is getting away with one there. That was a...
Yeah, those branches can be really treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it really was like 3 feet over to the left, you'd have no putt. See if you can capitalize on this one.
Yeah.
Just pulls up to the right.
Chris with the 7 down, the front 9, a solid downhill putt there. That'll move him to 8. Speaking of 8 under, Andrew Marwede 8 down the front 9, and he is now 9 down through 10, continuing this hot start. Another solid putt. Willie getting away with left side par save.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 11, easiest hole in the course, averaging .71 below par. This is about the definition of deuce or die.
Yeah.
266 feet uphill. There is an OB island around, not really an island, but a circle around the basket, but it's outside circle 1, and from this distance, that really doesn't come into play.
Yeah.
Big forehand spike again from Marwede. He's really feeling that play, and why not? That is a rare pink 2016 Firebird.
That's probably the pinkest Firebird I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is a very sweet disc. He's saying it's probably more valuable than I should be throwing it.
Definitely.
I think that was the time in the round when I asked Andrew if he preferred Andrew or Andy. He just said anything but Drew. And then he made a putt on the hole before, and I said, nice putt, Andrew. And I didn't mean to. And he heard me. He's like, it's all right. People call me that all the time. So then he threw his drive there, and I said, nice drive, Andrew. And he's like, yeah, I figured you'd say that. That was my 2015 Sexton Firebird. And Willie with a nice looking backhand swinging in here. And that is going to be pretty much a tap-in star frame for the group.
What are you doing leaving yourself with a 15-footer?
I guess we may have missed it, but it was an invigorating putt from 15 feet. Oh, no, we didn't. Here it is. All right. Look at the vigor. Taps in that one.
And as you can see here, this was the easiest hole on the course, averaging 0.71 under par, 71% of the field getting this hole, getting this birdie.
Wow, 71%. That's a high percentage of birdies.
Yeah.
Hole 12, there's a 341-foot double mando through these two trees and a low ceiling as well. Par 3, just got to get through this gap here, and it's once you get to the gap, it's a bit of an ace run. It's really just sitting there.
Absolutely. And last year on this hole, Andrew actually hit chains with his drive
and did not stay in. This is his Swirly Star Thunderbird, but this is a pre-germ Swirly Star Thunderbird, one of those big bird.
Okay.
Pretty sweet looking disc.
Yeah.
Marwede's come up a bit short. He's going to have to make a big putt to continue this birdie stretch that he's on.
And that looks perfect right there. I believe Chris going again with that PA3, just absolutely pinning the basket.
Mm-hmm.
We're going with that Eagle L, trying to start it on the right side, draw it left. And that looks well thrown there. Coming a little hot.
Yeah, back edge of the circle. Kind of my play on this one is to kind of chase the basket. I'm thinking ace run.
Yeah,
all the way
for sure.
And that little back slope, sloping uphill behind the green, really kind of gives you that confidence that you're not going to go too far past.
Mm-hmm.
Willie's going to be just outside the circle, but first Marwede from about 50 feet. Look at this guy. Wow. He is on fire. 11 down through 12.
He just, you can see the confidence there.
Sure. And kind of tell two stories.
Yeah.
So one player has all the confidence in the world, and Willie's struggling to find it right now.
Oh,
yep.
Just barely left side there.
When you know you're about to see yourself miss, that is a weird feeling. To do commentary on the shot that you know you're about to screw up.
Dang, yeah.
Just sitting there please be a different result.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 putts where just hit the left side chains with maybe just a tiny bit too much hyzer.
I'll give it like an 80-20.
80-20?
If that one had stayed in, I would have been really surprised.
Oh, okay. It looked a little more center than it might have appeared in the round.
And we are moving on to the second hardest hole according to scoring average, but easily the hardest hole to birdie. Hole 13, 490 feet, par 3. Almost plays like a par 4 in the distance, but at uphill 20 feet, call this one about 550 for distance. Marwede, this is an peninsula island kind of style hole.
Yeah.
It's like a key-shaped fairway.
Mm-hmm. It pinches off really, really tight, about 380 feet, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of opens up to the two trees that you can see on either side of this fairway here.
And Dickerson took a while to decide if he was going to go for it or lay up, but realizing the opportunity was there to get that stroke back from Marwede, and what an incredible drive that was.
What a great position. Sneaking inside the circle, I believe.
No, he's just outside.
Just outside.
Mm-hmm. But right there on the edge. And I was inspired by Chris. I wanted to go for it too, but I thought about doing the Marwede play for a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Star Destroyer. And
this looks nice.
High turn.
Losing a little bit of that energy, but getting back in bounds.
They had called that OB.
Really?
And so for about 5 minutes, I was sitting there is that
out.
really OB? Really? Oh, no. And then it was given the safe call once we got up there. So it was a nice little surprise.
Is Willie going for this year?
I think he is, kind of. Yes, he's definitely going for it. You're not going to go for it into the smallest part of the green.
Yeah.
And this is a tricky approach. I mean, he cannot see the pin, having to trust the distance. That is his pig, and that's outright, and that's a nice pitch up there. That'll be 20 feet left for the par. Willie to try to save his par.
Here you are for one of the few birdies of the day. Just a little low there.
Just a little low. And Dickerson, this is his money range. His little step putt. And a surprising miss, really. You don't see Chris miss too many of those, and it means no one on our card is going to get the birdie. There's only 3 birdies on the day. The local Kyle Klein, Reed Frescura, and Caleb Mergner.
That is a great birdie to pick up.
Oh,
really
definitely.
difficult hole.
Mm-hmm. Andrew playing for par, taking the par, continuing that nice stretch. Yeah. Gotta have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to keep it light there.
Yeah. Missing a couple of very makeable putts is not fun.
No.
But doing silly disc tricks, that is fun.
Very fun.
So 3 pars and a bogey. Moving on to hole 14. Uphill, 347 to an elevated basket. Is there OB on the left?
No.
I don't think there really is any OB
No
here.
This, in the past, this was like hole 11, surrounded by OB, but they've taken that away this year. So really you just want to hang a hyzer really out far to the right and bring it back in
Mm-hmm.
to this elevated pin.
Very wide open shot and comfortable hyzer distance.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Marwede skipping on the little hump of the base there.
Uh-huh. A hump. Chris with an equally nice looking backhand. A little bit lower line.
Oh, yeah.
Skipping right up to it. That'll be a birdie for Chris.
Yeah, and this hole, with that elevated pin, you kind of want to put it as close as possible. 'Cause
Sure.
the wind can sometimes pick up on this green, and that elevated bounce just makes things a little bit trickier.
And
Looks decent there.
uh-huh. Another Thunderbird as
Willie looks to be ripping out, looks like a Zeus, if I read that stamp correctly.
those are pretty 4
Wow, 4.
equally nice hyzers, all
Mhm.
pretty much the same plane. Yeah, it's all right, folks.
Yuck.
You can cringe at that.
I know I am.
Yeah, that's hard to miss from that distance. It's actually harder to miss from that distance than it is to make it.
Yeah. After the round,
Yeah,
Big Germ and I went over to this basket, and he made, I believe, 2 in a row, just not even looking at the basket.
I was looking at you, and I was saying,
Yeah.
look how easy this putt is. And I was looking 90 degrees off to the right. Oh, man.
See, Randy Marwede can
Yeah.
keep the focus.
He wasn't inspired by my play. I'm surprised he didn't try going for the layup option.
Yeah.
It really makes the part easier if you just put it close to the pin.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the birdies that are
Yeah.
happening.
Willie picking up a good birdie there,
Mm-hmm.
bouncing back from that bogey in the last hole.
And on to hole 15. Slightly technical on this otherwise very open back 9. 332-foot par 3. Got to get to that early gap there. Got to get through it. And then you get down here to this green, which is protected by a lot of trees. Really, you want to keep the disc in line with the basket as much as you can to ensure yourself a good open look for the birdie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already going with the Discmania disc. I think that might have been
That looks like his
FD,
FD.
yeah.
Yellow FD and sneaking inside the circle there.
And Marwede's going to have an obstructed putt for the birdie. But with this round that he's got going on so far, the course record of 46 is
In jeopardy.
in big time jeopardy. I think he's almost at that same total. If he were to almost par out, he would be close to the course record. Chris Dickerson off to the right side, and Chris is only one. Actually, they're tied for the round. My goodness. No, Chris is one back.
Chris
That's
is one
right.
back, yeah.
I'm gonna say it'd be unfair to Chris tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only one stroke back of an
Yes.
incredible round, but obviously Marwede is setting the pace.
That one putt on hole 13 could have tied him back up there.
That's correct. And that's that eagle trying to turn over. And
Getting a kick down to about circle's edge.
yeah, just barely outside the circle.
This putt framed up nice for you?
Nice enough to make my first one in about an hour.
Stumbling down to the basket.
Uh-huh. Another just
Just like casual
yeah.
just toss it up there into the basket.
Sure, why not? And it's a really tough break for Willie. Just the fact that he hit metal was pretty impressive. I went and took a look at that line, and there was just really nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Chris just doing Dickerson type things.
Yep.
The limestone laser.
Robot chicken.
Chris,
the names go on and on.
Chris Dick and Tenders. A man of many names and many birdies.
Yes.
Hole 16, 357-foot par 3. Through this tight gap into the wide open. Really just all about picking the disc that you feel most comfortable hitting that initial early gap.
The guys in the car can make a few more putts than those guys in the drone flight.
Marwede going for the almost all hyzer play, which is kind of a thing that works out, because there he is. He's at that distance where he's been making putts all day.
Mm-hmm. Chris
gonna force over a little bit of flex out wide.
Wow.
But giving it
so wide.
Yep, the height though is key because it gives it plenty of time to skip back.
Yeah, definitely played that correct. Nice and wide, and even skipping left of the basket.
And that is my second most understable star wraith.
That looks really nice there. Wow. Great shot. Flexing it perfectly back towards the basket.
I was happy with that one. Willie would be quite happy, I'm sure, with a couple of birdies to finish this round.
Yeah.
He's going to have to work hard from about 55 feet on hole 15.
Get it up there, give it a good run. Try to make something happen. Just a bit far on his line there. Nice putt there by Chris. And Chris just forcing Andy to make these clutch putts.
And he's feeling no pressure from anyone else. He is playing his own game, totally tapped in. He is celebrating this National Disc Golf holiday in a really fun way.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, another fake out.
I know. It's not my normal.
I mean, you've made both fake outs so far.
I have made both fake outs.
Maybe you just got a fake out on that 2 holes ago. Hole 14. And Willie here taking his time, trying to refocus up, and makes that par.
Hole 17, 597-foot par 4 as we finish up this round with 2 consecutive pars that play adjacent to one another. This one's going to be a forehand play for most of the people who have that skill. Also, it almost baits at this distance. It almost baits the big backhand.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure we'll see that.
Yeah, it's a scary shot for sure. And this is just such a safe play.
Yeah, Marwede's forehand is top notch, very accurate with that hyzer forehand play, and he is safe, and he is looking like he is about to go.
Chris going with the backhand. I think he's just looking to turn this over the road and land inbounds on the right side. Ooh, that looks a little too flat.
I really liked it from the tee. This needs to just sit.
Sit.
Oh. The last 2 revolutions of the disc just pulled it out of bounds. But I thought that was so good, and we got up there, just barely see it in the street. Really not much thought on this one for me. It's just a star destroyer. Similar to Andrew's play, just get one in bounds and put yourself in that 230-foot range for your approach.
Mm-hmm. Willie going backhand. Gonna use a much more understable disc, trust it, and he checks up. There is that OB line just past Willie's lie there. That can get in people's heads off the drive.
Oh, definitely with the backhand play, it brings it
Yeah.
in quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with a big germ mortar. One of my favorite approach discs.
Oh, wow.
And that comes in really nice and nestly. And Andrew's just going to throw a $400 disc at the concrete.
Is he playing for the concrete still?
I don't really know, but at that steep of an angle, it doesn't really matter if it hits the concrete or not.
Oh, but it's just going to check up in that dirt
Yeah.
and roll right there to the basket.
Mm-hmm. And Willie going to backhand, and that is he's paying the price right now of not having a comfortable forehand at that distance. That is really nothing out in the way, out to the left side, and
Chris, after getting his mark,
yeah, it looked like he was maybe trying to
give that
give it a little bit of a birdie save. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest difference between golf and disc golf is that we try to save birdies.
Yeah.
In golf, they try to save pars.
Willie just having to pitch out of the woods here.
Yeah.
I mean, even that forehand might have been enough on that last approach there.
Yeah, just flicking something around and around. But, you go with what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
You look at that for the longest time, and if it really just isn't there, that's when people change their minds. But let's see if we're going to go fake out here from this distance.
Oh.
There was nothing there. I was just doing a little dance. That was a dance move.
That's a pretty sick dance move.
I call it the foot swipe.
And Chris going through his routine and hitting dead center, even from that 18-foot range.
Marwede moves the 15 under.
Wow.
Through 17. Chris, he's at 13 under.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great round.
That's a respectable round.
I know. And even with that par save there.
Yeah.
And here it is, the final hole on round 2 at Earl Brewer Park, hole 18, 769-foot par 4. The play is going to be either out wide hyzer or try to swing a hyzer left side close to the road to open up a slightly easier approach if you get closer to the road. But there is OB patches. Any of that tall grass that you see or those bushes, those are all out of bounds. And Andrew is in danger of heading towards the second section. OB,
Ooh,
that
needs
to sit down, and
Oh,
it
my
just
word.
barely does. That is a slightly tricky spot, though. He is tucked up right behind that obstacle.
You throwing a little bit low there, cresting over that bush, but this is pushing too far.
Yep.
Slow down.
And I'm trying to get left side there, just didn't swing in time, and
Yeah.
that will be an OB stroke.
Chris going super conservative play, out wide, swinging back in, and that's a good position there. He'll have a straight hyzer probably to the basket.
Something like that.
And
And-
Willie,
This is higher. This is looking better. This is
Yeah.
swinging left.
this is going to get to that little landing zone where you can
Yeah.
go up the left side over the road. A tricky shot, but much more open.
I like that place over there. And Chris, with this, you can just see how obstructed this view is. Trusting the distance is it's a tough thing to do.
You can't see the basket at all.
It pinches in with the sidewalk behind the basket. That was a little bit of a soft release from Chris. Just really playing to the safe,
Yeah.
not trying to go B and throw a stroke away. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a bit of a misrelease from Chris.
Willie gonna go hyzer up and around. Saws it off a little early. That's got to hurry. But wow.
And that is the world record for the largest bounce the highest bounce I've ever seen.
That was pretty big.
And so I'm actually taking some relief back just so that I can
Yep.
have a good throw. And that's just if you guys aren't familiar with that rule, when you go out of bounds, you can take it back as far as you want on the line of play. I'm going
Let's see this. Oh wow, it just checks up so nice.
That was scary coming in at that speed. That anything can happen if it hits the road or if it stands up and rolls. When it got that little reaction, it was really nice. And this is the shot of the round here from Marwede. This is scary as he goes forehand, and look at that.
Wow, look at that reverse skip.
Counter flare off the road.
When you're on, you're on.
Wow. And that is going to be for a birdie to go to 16 under and just
And
really
course record 13 under.
13 under.
He just has that short putt left to
Yeah.
beat it by 3.
To beat it by 3 strokes. And he's going to pick up another stroke on Chris, pick up another stroke on me.
That was a good par save, though, from that position.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Not happy with the par, but obviously happy with a par.
Yeah.
And this is for the round of his life so far. Marwede,
Holy.
1084 rated round 2.
Mm-hmm.
National Disc Golf Day is celebrated with fireworks from this young man.
And I believe that was the highest rated round of anybody in the entire world on National Disc Golf Day.
Wow.
Beating out Eagle McMahon
Yeah.
by 1 point
Oh, wow.
for co-16 under rounds.
Wow. Eagle McMahon, he's got a lot of potential in this sport. I've heard about him.
Yeah. Here, if he just gets that hand under control, he can do great things.
And there it is. Round 2 is in the books. A 21 back 9 for Marwede. He got he swept the back 9. He
Yeah.
played for par on the hardest hole in the course
Yeah.
and ended up getting the score he wanted. So basically, you can call that perfect back 9.
Yeah, for sure.
Incredible round. Awesome support there from the Patreon. Crew 42 doing big things here. Thank you so much for watching the footage. We've got final round action coming to you soon.